Hi Cancer, welcome to your April 2022 general love reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Cancer. This will not resonate with every Cancer that watches this message, and because this reading is general, not every single message may be for you, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear that message. And if this reading is not for you at all, Cancer, I highly suggest checking out your other signs and different placements. Hi, Cross Watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Cancer. Who wouldn't be? I'd like to remind Cancer and Cross Watchers that energy is fluid, and this simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you feel the roles are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You are more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. Alright, Cancer, let's get this reading started. I will be using my sound bowl to clear and set the energy as always, so if you are listening to this using headphones or the volume's kind of loud right now, I do suggest turning it down a little bit just for this part because I don't want your ears to hurt. So let's get this started. All right. So let's see what's happening in April in love and romance for my Cancers. And with this reading, Cancer, I am tuning into an energy that's in or around your energetic field of someone that has romantic feelings or intentions towards you at this time, right now in this moment. Whether you are single or you're in a relationship, whether you're together or apart from this person, just connecting or whatever. Let's see who's coming through for your reading and why. Oh, there we go. Ooh, fate. Okay, so Aquarius had this card in their spread. If you're dealing with an Aquarius or if you have Aquarius in your chart, check out the Aquarius reading to see if there's messages for you there. This is a destined partnership. So I already feel like you know who I'm talking about right when this card turned around. It was the person you thought about maybe even before this reading started to get answers on. I kind of see like someone that uses gel in their hair to style their hair. And I'm seeing someone with like a pierced nose, maybe a pierced septum perhaps, and this isn't for everyone obviously, but some messages are already confirmed for someone out there. And I also see the letter I coming through, for example, Ian or, Ida. First, middle, last initial could mean something to someone, doesn't have to be the case. But yeah, I just feel like Cancer, the person you're asking about, the person that you are feeling the most drawn to right now, who's been on your mind, who has been thinking about you just as much as you've been thinking about them. There's a reason for that. There's fate here. There's a reason you two met, and I think that reason is going to be even taken further as April ends. Both of you recognizing the potential of this connection. Both of you feeling all into this, wanting more of this, wanting more of each other. That I wonder though if someone kind of guesses the seriousness of it all. I mean, like, I feel you guys just do date, you do hang out, you do make love for some. But like, what is going to happen at the end of the day? Are we going to be together? Is this going to flourish? I almost feel like although you have strong feelings for this person, it's just kind of like, I wouldn't say flatline, but I'd say more like it's kind of become stagnant and it's kind of plateaued. And that's what's making someone really question this connection. So let's see what this person thinks about you right now, or if they were to tell you something that they haven't told you, what would they say? You loved me when I was unlovable. Whoa. So yeah, Cancer, I feel this is someone that recognizes they haven't done enough. That you deserve more from this situation than what they've been giving. And I feel, Cancer, like you've helped this person emotionally through some hard times. You were the only one they could call. They came over to your house after something bad happened, after they were having a bad day. You know, maybe they did things to hurt you. And I feel, Cancer, that like although people are not perfect, there's something you're still kind of guarding yourself against because they haven't proven otherwise yet. And maybe they're feeling that pressure because maybe you built a guard up or you kept your distance as hard as it's been. And I feel, Cancer, if that's the case and there has been like a little bit of silence or a little bit of distance, I think they miss you. And I think they miss having you around as much as you were at one period. And if it's plateaued, I think they want to take it out of the stagnancy, out of this limbo with you and express something they need to express. They haven't expressed, but you deserve to hear. Damn. Expect a message, I kind of want to say, that you didn't think was going to happen, or maybe you kind of like given up hope in. But I feel this person's coming back around for a reason, is what also Spirit wants to say about this. Have they changed? Have they evolved? Are they finally going to act on what you've been waiting for them to do or say? Let's see. So with the tarot, I'm going to ask, how do they feel about you right now? What do they think about you? What do they like about you? What do they not like about you? What do they like about the connection they have with you currently? What do they not like about it? And what are their highest hopes and deepest fears in regards to what they really want to happen between the two of you? And what are they afraid of? Okay. Interesting. Wow, yeah. I'll pull out all the cards first and then I'll show you guys. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. 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 Okay. So bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. Taurus energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus. You could have Taurus in your chart. Does not have to be the case. In order for this reading to resonate, people just like to hear the astrological connotations with the cards. You know, yeah, I feel this was someone you were in a relationship with, or in a relationship with in the past. You know, I know everyone doesn't love these readings. The Six of Cups is here. I can't lie to you guys. You know, if you want nothing to do with the past, then save your time now and quit out of this. But this is someone that I feel is left you feeling like there wasn't more you could do in this, more you can give into this. And you felt like you've given enough and someone still didn't want to take this to the level you felt like it should have been. And I feel it's because they weren't ready. They weren't mature. They weren't in alignment with you, Cancer, at the time when things ended, because I definitely see there was an ending here. But I feel with this King of Pentacles, they've gotten their shit together in the meantime. I wonder if someone was dealing with some sort of addiction. And addiction doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol. It could be, you know, addiction to work, addiction to video games, sex, I mean, anything, right? Someone that maybe put too much into something else and didn't feel like you were prioritized, and that didn't give you stability. That didn't give you something to stay in. And almost, Cancer, I feel like it wasn't another person, but as if you felt like they chose something else over you and keeping you. And that's when you really put your foot down. And I do feel, Cancer, for most of you, you were the ones to walk away, or you were the ones to end things. And they haven't been doing well since. I mean, they've been trying to get their stuff together, trying to think of how they can get you back or how things could mend between the two of you. But with this King of Pentacles in the past, yeah, I just feel like in the time they were just too prioritized with other things. And maybe they thought they wanted to be, you know, in this place where they didn't have to commit too much or give up offer. Like, I almost feel for some, if this was a relationship, you were waiting on like a proposal, or you were waiting on them to, you know, make this even more solidified than just dating, even if it was years. You felt like it should progress along and it didn't. And it made you feel like you weren't enough. I do feel someone goes to the gym and works on their body, has, been working on their body, doing squats, doing sit-ups. Not for everyone, obviously, but someone here. And maybe Cancer, you kind of felt like this person just was a bit superficial in some way. Maybe even self-centered in some way, and it took you a while to kind of see that. But since you've left, they've done a lot of change within themselves. They've done a lot of, soul searching, because I think they really realized what was lost when you left and when you were gone. Wow, what they thought was important wasn't important. It took losing you to realize that, or for you to walk away to realize that. Really randomly, someone could be bow-legged, like when you stand, they naturally have a little bit of a, inward turn of their feet or something like that. I'm also seeing stockings for some reason as well. But let's get on right into this. How they feel about you is the Ace of Wands. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Capricorn just had this in their spread. So if you're dealing with the Capricorn, you have Capricorn chart, check it out. There may be messages for you there. But yeah, I feel this is a rekindling, a respark, a refire of what you two had. Honestly, Cancer, since you guys have been separate, you haven't talked, maybe they had tried to date other people. Maybe they tried to get their mind off of you by being with other people. It didn't work. They found themselves always comparing everyone else to you. No one has been as good in bed as you were, let's just say. But I feel like they want to start something new again. And they're approaching you this time because they're ready to. They're ready to put it all out there. They're ready to, own up. I do feel this. And it may kind of shock you because, again, you waited so long for that. Why is it all of a sudden happening now? There's definitely a strong sexual, sensual connection between the two of you. You find each other very attractive. Each other's type, as they would describe. You're their type. But yeah, I feel, Cancer, they want to respark the fire, the passion that you two had at the very beginning, but kind of faded away at some period of time. What they think about you is the Six of Cups. Scorpio energy, let's talk about it. Yeah, they reminisce. They reminisce about you. They remember things about you two, what you've experienced with one another, what you've shared with one another. I feel emotionally you guys bonded with conversations. They revealed things to you that they wouldn't reveal to other people. There's some part of their heart that you just hit hard. And maybe because you guys haven't spoken, you haven't talked, like the only thing they could rely on to be back in your energy is to think of the memories, the trips you guys took together, the, dates you went on, the love you had. Maybe even some of you once upon a time lived with this person and they still think about it. And maybe you guys have known each other, since, school, high school, junior high, college, university, as some parts of the world likes to call it. And I think they are hoping that the past you guys have had will be the main thing that will unite you two. Like through everything we've been together, the good and the bad, I still feel it's meant to be us. I still feel we're meant to have this. And I'm just not ready to let this go. I'm not ready to give up on this. That's how it kind of feels. But they definitely kept your distance because they weren't ready yet. They knew they had to approach you correctly because you would not, entertain the old them, the way they used to act, the way they used to behave. That was not going to be tolerated. And maybe because of those past instances where, they remember the good, but also the bad, it's made them think a lot about who they wanted to be. And you've inspired that, Cancer. What they like the most about you is the Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy. This is interesting. But what I feel with this off of my gut feeling thus far is that, yeah, you, again, out of anyone they've ever met, out of anyone they've had a relationship, a connection with, you've taken them too deep, deep into emotions, deep into feelings, where maybe, you know, they tried to deny, they tried to kind of suppress and not express, but they've been in their emotions about you, Cancer. And there's something about you they just don't understand. Why with Cancer does it feel so different? Does it still feel so strong? Although we're not talking, I'm trying to keep my distance. I'm trying to keep away. I just can't help but still feel something for Cancer. And why? You made them confused, Cancer. You made them not know why they felt the way they feel, but nonetheless, they still feel it. Maybe you made them feel safe to be vulnerable. You made them feel safe to emotionally open up to you. And maybe, again, like secrets, they've told you secrets about, you know, their past, about their childhood, even with the Six of Cups here for sure. And there's like still that emotional anchor that is still tied to you, that I don't think they'll ever heal from, they'll ever like be completely severed from. You just impact them in more ways than you know. And you know that you guys been through a lot together, honestly, with the Six of Cups and the Seven of Cups. And it's through that they think, or even because of everything you guys have been through, you can make it through it. But what they don't like about you, Cancer, is the Eight of Pentacles. Virgo energy, yeah, I mean, you're not putting effort in. You're not putting attention in, time in. You feel like, again, like what I said with the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, you've done all that you could. And there's not much else that you can do, but unless they put in another offer, unless they show you a complete different version of themselves, there's not anything you're really willing to do if it's not that evident, if it's not them stepping up, if it's not them putting the effort through. It's almost as if this is like their last chance, if any at all. And I mean, I don't know, Cancer, maybe a few months ago, they tried to reach out to you, they tried to open up or try to get, you know, you guys back together again, but you didn't take it seriously. Almost like an eye roll type of thing. Maybe because they were trying to use their same old ways of getting back into connection with you, the same, you know, half-assed efforts or promises and hopes that you just felt like it wasn't going to follow through. It's almost as if this Eight of Pentacles is like you don't believe them, or you wouldn't believe them. Maybe you didn't believe them in the past when they tried to, you know, make everything work again. What they like the most about this connection, which is interesting, is the Ten of Swords. Gemini energy. What I feel with this, Cancer, a couple different things, and I do want to clarify this card, but from what I feel automatically with this is that it's ended before and you guys came to back together. You know, this isn't the first time you guys ended things. They're hoping it's not going to be the last. But when things were bad, when things were at its worst, you guys made it work, so why wouldn't it work again? That's what I get for some of you. Others of you with this Ten of Swords, Cancer, I think they, you know, in some subconscious way, they regained some sort of respect from you for ending things, for not tolerating. They saw this new side of you that was serious, cutthroat, that wasn't going to tolerate any more BS. And the letter B is sticking out. You know, as in Brittany, or as in, you know, Brandon, first, middle, last initial. But you weren't willing to put up with their crap anymore. I do want to clarify this. I almost feel for others of you too, though, like it had to end for them to really see it, right? They didn't get it before. Maybe it was like tough love took what needed to be going down between the two of you. And that end had to happen for them to realize. But let's see. Why is this 10 of Swords here? 5 of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Wow, yeah. And Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, Cancer, I really do feel with this 5 of Cups, Ace of Cups combination, you weren't getting what you wanted. And, you know, like I said, maybe you tried really hard to give them time. You tried hard to give them patience. You tried hard to see where they were coming from because, you know, with this fate destined partnership here, there was a pull to them that you strongly had. But despite it, you weren't going to let that take any more from you. And although it was really difficult to do, the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, you wanted change. You wanted something new, whether it was going to be from them or not. And you took that opportunity to open a new door for yourself and to see maybe there are other options out there for me. Maybe there is more for me that, you know, I could kind of get out there and try doing while they figure it out in the meantime, or just leave me alone. And I also feel, you know, for some, this is coming through strongly, that you financially helped them maybe through a really difficult time. If they lost their job, they couldn't pay their bills, they had nowhere to stay, you may have opened up their home to them, which they'll always be grateful for. You gave them a key or something to your house, but you still feel like they took advantage of that or took that for granted at the time. What they don't like about you and about this connection right now is the 9 of Swords. Gemini energy. They, ever since you stopped talking, you walked away, they haven't been able, there hasn't been a day that has gone by that they could not stop thinking about you. Or at least like one day goes by where there's not a moment of something that reminds them of you. And that's Spirit's way of pushing them. That's Spirit's way of telling them, you know, step up if you want it. But you just sitting here worrying, stressing, thinking Cancer's going to come back when they did everything they could, you're wrong. Someone really likes history. Studying history, maybe majored in history, or is like, you know, watches the History Channel or something like that. I'm picking up on. But yeah, I think maybe that's just Spirit's way of saying like the history is not enough. And if you're worried, do something, or else Cancer is just going to completely keep walking. And once a Cancer makes up their mind to go in their shell, it's pretty settled. I'm getting that someone loved to kiss on someone's neck when making out, when doing more than making out. And maybe someone left a hickey too, or there could be a tattoo on someone's neck, a birthmark, a mole, whatever, right? I'm just seeing the neck very strongly here. But yeah, Cancer, everything reminds them of you. And that's what they're finding a hard time escaping, getting away from. And there's guilt here. There's definite guilt here, shame here, regret here. And isn't it interesting, like, how that doesn't really come to someone's mind until, like I said, it's lost or gone. And all those times you had the opportunity to make things right, you just took it for granted. Their highest hopes, Cancer, the Hermit card. Now, this is general, and I'm getting 2 different feelings from this, so you're going to have to intuitively decipher which group you're in. For some of you, yeah, for you to come out of this hermit mode, for you to give this a chance, if they were to reach out, to go on a date with them, to hear them out, like hear me out is like what I'm hearing from them specifically, which you haven't been able to do. It's too painful to do because you've been through that with them before. And when you gave them that chance, they blew it, right? But to come out, to get you out of your shell again, Cancer, is what I feel for most of you this is. And for the other group, if they know, you know, they blew it, they messed it up, they, you know, used all their 9 lives on this, somehow to still distract themselves from you, to still be able to keep their distance from you, but to heal and get over it. But yeah, they're having a really hard time doing that, Cancer. And they're really feeling the repercussions now of being alone and being single and not having you in their life. I'm just seeing something with a brown coat or a brown jacket. Could be like leather, a pea coat, corduroy, whatever, I don't know. Deepest fear is Six of Swords. I forget who had this in their spread. I think it was Aries. But, you know, Aquarius energy, mentally you're checked out. Mentally you've moved on. Maybe even some of you have moved from the city you were in when you were dating this person, moved out of the home you were in. Just pulling away, getting away, focusing on how you can improve yourself, improve your life. And they're not a part of those plans. That's what really worries them. That's what they fear. That the inevitable of them really just not having another chance is going to be brought about. And there's no way convincing, there's no way talking out of it, that you've broken free and you've broken away. And that if there's still fate in this, you know, that maybe you'll have to be fulfilled in another lifetime between the two of you. Wow. All right, Cancer. To see the likely outcome of this situation, what they're likely to do, what they want to do, what's going to unfold or likely to unfold in this situation here, we're going to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome of this situation. I'm going to pull some oracle cards as well to dive deeper into this connection and see if this is worth giving it another chance or just to continue walking. If you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box and you'll find the link to Vimeo, which will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where you depart, Cancer, I really hope that this has resonated with you in some way. It's giving you clarity, insight, healing, and guidance in regards to what you're feeling right now in your love life or what has been happening in your love life. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Cancer, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Cancer.